Hey everybody, Hoosier Jedi here with another review for you. This time talking the Flash episode, Null and Annoyed. And this is a reasonably solid episode of this series. I mean, there's definitely some pretty cool things happening. But there were definitely some things here that going on that I really wasn't feeling. Um, the one of the main ones was the whole thing with Breacher. Like they're trying to portray like just how crazy this dude is, like in terms of like immediately resorting to violence, but it just kind of keeps getting old. It's like it's been previously mentioned that he's tried to basically hunt down and probably succeeded in murdering some of the previous guys who wanted to be Gypsy's boyfriend. Never mind the fact that this would mean he is actually guilty of murdering innocent people for the crime of wanting to date his daughter. Here, like after Cisco lies to him, well, okay, he's got a pretty good reason to be pissed at him, but he genuinely makes an attempt to try and kill Cisco. He forgets about, his powers and stuff, but still, he was like legit going to try and kill Cisco. Again, this level, this type of comedy is one thing that like really does annoy me quite a bit. And it's just the whole situation there with like, and Caitlin points out, I was like, you're like, what do you think? You think you can hide this from him forever? The first time he tries to use his powers and Cisco isn't around to fake it, he's going to figure it out. And Cisco is somehow surprised that when he tells Breacher, "Okay, you're cured," Breacher immediately runs back and tries to finish the fight with the vampire. Cisco is somehow surprised by this, despite him knowing Breacher reasonably well. And what in the name of God was going on with the CGI in that vampire world thing? That was just some of the biggest garbage CGI I think I have ever seen outside of a Sci-Fi Channel original movie on TV. I mean, seriously, that was just total crap. Um, So the thing with Barry and Ralph, Barry is annoyed that Ralph seems to be clowning around. Um, no, this whole leads to some nice character moments with Ralph. He kind of explains his backstory about his dad abandoning the family and him using humor as one of the ways to sort of run away from his feelings. And this is, I mean that's good stuff. It works. And people pointing out that like, look, Ralph has his own way of doing things, but by and large, he tends to succeed, especially now that he's got some experience as a hero under his belt. And yet, Barry's point about Ralph is not taking this situation seriously enough does seem to be more than a little bit legitimate. It's like, Ralph, can you focus here? Especially the whole thing of like, hey, if you hadn't been clowning around, we could have caught this lady already. I mean, never mind the fact that we ultimately, thanks to the whole whoopee cushion bit, get two rather notable fart jokes here in this episode. I was like, really? We got to go with fart jokes? I mean, this is like what? It kind of reminds me of like when I saw like what was it, Transformers 3, and the original Michael Bay Transformers, where they had to include masturbation jokes. It's just like, God Almighty, really? Oh wait, no, Transformers 3 was the one where the boss thought Sam was getting it on with another dude in a toilet stall. Incidentally, if you would like to see my review of that movie, just go and dig around on my playlist of movie reviews. I do remember reviewing that film. I also remember the time I sat in gum when I went and saw the original Transformers. Don't leave gum on seats in movie theaters. That's a really, really dick move. Um, let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Um, oh yeah, of course we have Kevin Smith back to direct another episode, and this apparently happened after he had that heart attack that damn near killed the poor guy. But he is has a real burning love of the Flash, so points to him. And of course, he brings Jason Mewes along for his second cameo appearance here on the Flash, albeit as a different character. Um, hey, you know, it's not Jay and Silent Bob, but you know, for somebody who comes from the '90s and has more than a little bit of a fondness for those characters, you know, it was a nice little moment. Let's see, what else? What else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, we really do get some good stuff with the Thinker and his wife and her subplot. I mean, that was good. I mean, just sort of like when she realizes what's going on and that this has happened multiple times before, just like the sheer terror and horror on her face. And, you know, it's right here where we kind of get what has to be where they're going to find the Thinker. Like, some way they're going to find her, a way to get her out of there and have her help them to take him down. And you really do see that, you know, despite everything he says, the man that Marlon says loved is truly gone. You know, he says that it's her humanity that is her weakness. And worst of all, he says that he tells her that he loves her, and then tells her that without him, she's nothing. No one who loves you will ever think that you're nothing, especially without them in your life. That, hmm, that, that is the thinking of, and there's no other real word for it, an abuser. I mean, for the love of God, this man is drugging his wife and screwing with her memories. It's it's like a repeated violation of the person that he is supposed to treasure most in the world. It's truly, truly horrific in so many ways. And then we get the whole thing with Dr. Wells going into the lab there. Now, I don't believe for a minute that this is actually Eobard Thawne again. I think you know, we kind of got him, a little bit of him and Barry during Crisis on Earth X. I think it's time to let Eobard rest for a little while, um, and just have this be Harry going down the dark path. But yeah, having, you know, hurry Gideon pop up again with the season 1 voice. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. You know, for all its flaws, I still absolutely think it was that whole stuff with season 1 and Reverse Flash is still in my mind like the real quintessence, the real high point of the Flash as a series so far. They just nailed it so great right out of the gate. Not that season 1 didn't have its flaws and its low moments, but you know, just good old fashioned Flash versus Reverse Flash. No screwing around. Good stuff. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it here. As always, please comment, rate, subscribe. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Hoosier Jedi, and also join me on Tumblr, Jedi Reviewer. Until next time, take care and have a good one.